This is Salamancer, and you are watching SalTV Competitive Team Fortress 2, and I gotta ask, what was your Halloween costume? Because I'm assuming if you're watching this, you probably are watching it on YouTube, which means this was posted after Halloween was over, just by a day. Just barely missed it. But yeah, what was your costume? I hope it was better than this guy's, which is definitely not seasonal at all. I mean, he could have done better if he had gone as, like, a turkey, which actually, now that I think about it, somebody tried to do just that. But we are going to be watching, of course, some ESEA Open playoff action. This is the Disposable Heroes, the 3rd seed, versus Brackets, the 4th seed. And, of course, Disposable Heroes in the blue, Brackets in the red. Shout out to Islam, apparently, is what's happening right now. So, good for them. Islam is it's a neat little religion. But we've got Hypnotoad grabbing a health kit right now, and they're getting out to the middle point here on Gullywash. This is the upper bracket, round 4. So they're getting very close to that grand championship here. Whoever wins this is going to be guaranteed some cash, I think, at least a little bit, and hopefully gets that spot in the grand finals. Whoever loses this gets dropped down to the lower bracket, but it looks like right now our camera was on probably the wrong person there. I apologize. I'm just trying to think about the brackets of the tournament at the moment, and it seems like, oh, Little Bruce gets a nice little pistol pick, if we can call it that, a pistol pick there. So it's going to even up the players a little bit. Both medics died, so, you know, it's got some room for some good play here. I don't think we're going to see a quick round going to last. What's going on here? Disposable Heroes bringing some players forward, as are their opponents. And actually, some of those guys could have probably just taken the forward spawn, but whatever, they'll get there fast enough. Putty Pride is who we're going to watch for the moment, as he is going to consider getting a little aggressive over on the flank. Not really aggressive, though. That's just kind of normal play. Hanging out the big door, also called Clifford. The big red door in some cases. This is, of course, the red side, so it totally counts. Smooth here on the roaming soldier right now. I believe he's the roaming soldier. We can find out by doing this. Yep, he's using the gunboats. Totally the roaming soldier. We right now do have players pushing in, but the problem is I don't know what happened there. I think they might have pushed in with no Uber at all and lost a bunch of players. So Pharaoh's down, Che is down, and Che, of course, has been playing in open for a long time. Lil 7 down, and Auburn was thinking about capping, and now he's... What is he even doing? I don't know. I guess didn't realize that there was nobody left alive and his team could take care of that. So now they're all good. Maybe somebody was calling for help. I don't know. But Auburn's going to come up here and cap the nipple. Yes, it is definitely called the nipple. It's an official term for it. So if you're giggling to yourself right now, well, you better stop, because that is what they call it, and you are just immature. Of course, the players who named it are totally not immature at all. The Disposable Heroes, though, I was going to say designated heroes, which makes it sound like, you know, some heroes went to a party and had a little too much to drink, and they need the designated heroes. They are having to fall back away from the second point now. They are in trouble here. Che does not have anywhere close to an Uber, although he could be able to get it by the time his opponent's going to last, but no, actually not. They're going through the riverside right now. No, he does manage to get on here, but he's only at 90%, and he gets taken down by a little novice. That was an excellent choice there from the, from Brackets, pushing straight in while second was still being capped. Beautiful play right now. They've only got one soldier left to deal with, and he will not be able to stop the onslaught. So Brackets go up 1-0. Of course, Brackets the number 4 seed, Disposable Heroes number 3. Means they probably had very, very similar records throughout the season. I didn't check to see whether they had actually played each other before. I could check that, I guess, in the brackets, but by this point, we're already casting the game. There's a demo man with a pink parrot on his shoulder. I don't know if I want to stop watching this. Looks like somebody actually did dress up for Halloween there. We got the pumpkin head on, which is apparently Seavere's favorite. Lil Blank making that jump look easy, and I can't do that jump at all, but he makes it look easy. Getting up on the mid right now. Now, we do have a bit of an issue here for the Brackets. They've lost a soldier and a demo man, and their medic is in desperate retreat away from a soldier who manages to knock him down smooth with the smooth rockets. Taking down that enemy mid. And now it is time for the Disposable Heroes to push forward. This time, they've got a huge Uber advantage. Che almost has 100%. So he's going to be putting on his Communist Revolution t-shirt and walking into last with full invulnerability here with the rest of his team in just a minute. Smooth taking a big overheal. He is the roamer, right? Smooth is totally the roamer. Yeah? No? Maybe? No, maybe not. But definitely taking a lot of overheal, and now in a little bit of trouble, though. Actually walks right into that heavy and doesn't manage to get the kill. Bank finally dies there for the Brackets, but the heavy play managed to hold off the attack for quite a bit. Che is still trying to stay in here, though. Can he keep his players alive for long enough? No, he cannot. Bruce is doing some damage with the pistol, just trying to finish off this demo man, and he will do just that. However, Case, the medic for the Brackets, did die, so it was a very good pick there by that one scout. I think it was Putty Pride who ran in Is Putty Pride like a reference to Power Rangers? You know, like the Putty Men, and do they have their own little Pride Parade? That would be the cutest Pride Parade of all time. Was it what? Oh, right, curses. I totally forgot about the curses. So that's going to be a thing. People exploding into little piles of ghosts, and I haven't actually heard anybody like have a super deep voice yet, which is kind of hilarious because I've played a couple of pickup games already where that's happened, and it confuses me. I'm always like, wait a minute. What's happened to their med? Does he have a big head? Oh, no, never mind. It's just, okay, whatever. Well, Disposable Heroes are going to get another chance to push into their enemies last, and I think their enemies realize that. They've got Bruce on the sniper, which makes sense. The sniper's Australian. Australians do tend to be named Bruce. If you get the reference, you, like me, are a Monty Python fan, and I like you. 7 is actually on the spy. This is a little bit weird. You don't usually have 2 assassin classes, and it does look like 7 is just going to retreat and change classes again as the Disposable Heroes have an Uber ready to go. So they're going to pop in here. They're going to have to deal with... You know what? The spy didn't change. I'm confused. Okay, there you go. He did change. And what is going on here? Pharaoh actually died to the sentry gun. Nobody focusing that sentry at all. And Disposable Heroes are going to have to back right out of here again. This is a very good defense so far by the brackets. But can they push out and actually retake their second point? That's the question right now, because if they can't, this thing is going to get resets. They've got a big player advantage, but they didn't just lose one. And there's an overhealed scout here who could deal a lot of damage. Case is trying to keep this soldier alive and watch his own behind. But he will get out here and keep himself protected on the point. So it looks like the brackets have held off that aggression. They will now push out to mid. They're going to have a little bit of trouble, I think, but their opponents are actually giving them a lot of space here. You see that there is a sticky trap, but there is practically nothing else to stop anything from happening. And okay, there's another sticky trap up there, but there's only one sticky on it now. Where are the brackets? They should be pushing out here. They should be actually taking a lot of space, and they're not. I guess they're concerned that their opponents do have that demo man up, and so they're concerned about the traps, but they didn't even peek. No peeking at all. They were really slowing things up and waiting for the Uber when they probably didn't have to. But then again, good conservative play will win games sometimes. You know, if you just wait for your Uber. Oh, if you wait for your Uber, sometimes your soldier will die. And Disposable Heroes, they were thinking about going for back cap, but that is not going to work at all. Novice is going to be guarding the point as the rest of his team gets very close to the capture. Doesn't quite get it, though. And now Bank and Bruce are both down. So it's just Case and Novice left alive. And that's going to be Novice piping himself to death as Putty Pride comes in and deals some crazy meat shot damage. Case is now trapped as well. Can Putty actually? No, he cannot. Never mind. I was going to say, can he get the medic kill in front of this soldier? But no, the soldier is just a little bit too on the ball today to let him do that. Brackets are back at their last point, though. So for all the pushing they just did, they actually got shut down very effectively. I didn't get, again, you know, this is my camera work shining right now, but I didn't get to see the entire push there onto mid. And I think that the brackets, it didn't work very well for him. So we're going to check out their defensive positioning right now. If you were pushing into this, it'd be scary. There's a heavy on the high ground. There's all kinds of nastiness that could take people out. Bruce on the sniper once again. So it's not looking good here, but the Disposable Heroes, they get other shots. Oh, interesting Uber pop from behind, actually. The brackets decide to force an early Uber out of Disposable Heroes, so the D-Hero team going to try and jump in here with a couple players, maybe deal some damage, but they've lost Smooth already. They're going to put some stickies probably on the point here, but the demo taken down so fast by a heavy who actually got up onto the high ground on defense. He is on the balcony on defense. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that is offense. Okay, never mind. D-Hero's trying to push him with a heavy from the balcony on offense. I'm an idiot. And a nice positioning on that push from Hypno Toad. All glory to the Hypno Toad. That's what just happened right there. I've not seen a lot of these players, actually. I'm going to confess. I've seen Che before. I think I may have seen Pharaoh once or twice, like in pickup games. Auburn, the name sounds familiar, but a lot of these players I don't know all that well because I haven't been paying a lot of attention to Open recently, and I really should, because that is where you're going to find all the new hotness, the young blood. Hypnotoad doing some good damage to Bank up here, and so he looks like he's playing a very good pocket right now. Got some good damage output, and he's not being too overly aggressive. He's just like, we're going to stay with the med, going to play a nice slow game, and push the Disposable Heroes into the position they should be, the position they deserve, perhaps. Their third seed outplacing Bracket's fourth seed by just a little bit, and now they will have not an Uber advantage, but they've got a nice positioning advantage here that they can push into their opponent's last again. Now they're not pushing with a heavy this time, and we are waiting to see exactly what happens here for Brackets. Don't know why they're running the Pyro. Pyro is fun to watch, but usually you see Pyro used to shut down Ubers when you are at a disadvantage. And right now they're not at a disadvantage. So they are just going to keep 7 underneath the point. And oh my god, sick reflect kill on Smooth. Already the Pyro paying for itself. And now he's actually air blasting the medic, keeping him inside. He's going to cause that medic to die just by the positioning. Che actually not dead yet. He might get away. The rest of his team not able to follow up from 7's amazing player. There he goes. Finally, Che does go down. My god, 7 on the Pyro. So sick. I love it. Problem is, can Brackets actually get out and capture their second point right now? No, they didn't have a scout. So that was some sick Pyro play, but their opponents might actually give this up. This is a little weird. Their opponents just sent in a couple players to die, especially Sezco, walked in there and didn't really accomplish a lot and died. So now there's a huge Uber advantage to Brackets. They are sending a couple players forward, and it does look like a capture is happening. Now it's going to be Soldier v Demo up here, but this actually favors the Demo, I think, in most situations. The Soldier does not get the benefit of as much of the indirect damage as the Demo man does, and yes, in that kind of situation where there's so much cover available to the Demo, he actually did quite a good job. Scout coming in and finish him off, though. That's always the purview of the Scout. But the Brackets have capped their second point again, and this time they've got the Uber advantage, pushing into the middle point. Nobody even trying to force this Uber yet. So disposable heroes are seeming a little bit more and more disposable as time goes on, and a little bit less heroic. Hypnotoad getting taken out there. And actually, Alburn is deciding he wants his team to back up here, but his medic almost died. Case still staying alive, though. I'm assuming it's Case and not like Q's. Could be Q's. I don't know. Although, if you wanted to spell it like that, well, never mind. We're not going to get into that. There would be an extra U and another E in there. Don't worry about it. Anyway, you know, with all that stupid crap going on, the Brackets may have to back away from this. They're kiting the Uber very effectively. They forced an enemy Uber, and it didn't do any damage. So you're going to see Disposable Heroes maybe capture the point, and they will probably set up some sticky traps around here. So yeah, look at the capture. But there will be some midpoint ping pong. We love seeing that on Gullywash. It is actually one of the most conducive maps to that situation, where unless one team can make a really good flank attack or somehow get lucky with their Uber, teams just kind of back away from each other's Ubers until things even up. So there is a charge right now. Case wants to jump in with Auburn. He does pop the Uber once again. And they're trying to force through here, maybe get the enemy med. Did a little bit of damage, but no, the Uber is already... Oh, no, it's not quite over. Okay, I thought it was over. But there you go. They are backing up once again. Don't get the capture. Their opponents will have an Uber advantage. Their opponents will push in. So, you know, this is exactly that ping-pong situation that you see. Table tennis. Midpoint table tennis. Except, now we've got a big dive bomb coming in from both soldiers. Alburn going for a kill. Hypnotoad's down, and there goes Che, the scouts, finishing things off because those soldiers took so much attention that everybody basically on the blue team was trying to focus them down, and nobody saw the scouts coming in, so that's a lot of damage done to the Disposable Heroes right now. There's only 2 players left alive. Putty with very low health. It looks like Bank is actually frozen. There you go. His lag problem has been fixed. And I think a couple players for Disposable Heroes did actually retreat, so not as disposable as you might imagine. But the Brackets have turned things around, defending with that sick Pyro play, and now are going to be pushing into their opponent's last point. Putty Pride is going to be getting on the heavy weapons guy. And by the way, if you want to know a little bit about playing heavy weapons guy, oh, that loadout, the seal mask, the jaws, that is great. Okay, sorry, we're watching the Uber come in. And you see Putty Pride actually taking a lot of damage, but he is still he's taking a lot of heals. At this point, he may want to switch classes just because he would heal up faster. But he is going to be dealing a lot of damage to his opponents, so the heavy's not a bad choice. If you want to see a little bit about, discussion about the heavy weapons guy in competitive, both Highlander and 6v6, you can check out Fully Charged. It's that podcast. I put it on my channel, and if you haven't seen it yet, you probably should, because we brought on some amazing heavies. DJ C, of course, an ever-venerable part of the community who knows like everything about the North American scene, and Rusky Doo, the maker of so many heavy weapons guy items, although this guy doesn't seem to be wearing any of them, which kind of upsets me. Well, whatever. We have Disposable Heroes trying to push out once again. They left their heavy on last, and Disposable Heroes are trying to get onto this point. Actually, they are on the point, and they've got Smooth playing the roaming soldier role, trying to bomb into the enemy med. He didn't quite get the kill, though, and there has been an Uber force on Che. Che is trying to bring his players through here with minimal damage, but the enemy got the Uber just in time. Che is in huge trouble, and he gets taken out once again. Auburn with some great rocket aim there, and Sezco is now, what is he even doing? I don't know. He's just trying to pick away a little bit, but he is going to have to retreat. maybe go for some kind of an ambush on the high ground. But even then, I mean, oh, you know what? It worked. It actually worked really well. They've lost their heavy, but Sezco is going on a kill streak right now. So Disposable Heroes will be able to defend this for the moment. The point on second is getting capped, though, so they'll have to be sitting on their last point again to defend. And Case has an Uber advantage. So Che is trying to build this Uber up as fast as possible. You're going to see he shouldn't be changing his heal targets terribly much. He should be sticking with one guy who will be damaging himself down quite a bit, and that is actually not what's happening. I guess they've decided they don't want to build the Uber at all, which it's a viable choice to do that, to just not build the Uber and say, okay, no, we just want to go for overheals. Because that way, I mean, if the enemy pushes in, you know you're not going to have the Uber, but at least you're going to have all of your players really buffed up and able to take at least one more rocket per player, right? Maybe? I don't know. It's not something I've ever gotten into, but I've seen it happen a lot. Case does have the Uber, though, and they are going to be pushing with this right now. Auburn, though, gets taken out real fast in exchange. Sezco and Smooth do go down, though. Oh, no, what happened? Did the medic just drop to a heavy? Is that what just happened? The medic totally just dropped to Putty on the heavy. Putty is like the sickest heavy all of a sudden we've ever seen, and he's wearing the seal mask, which just makes it so much better because that seal mask is hilarious. No, Putty just completely ruined the enemy team there as the heavy, doing exactly what you're supposed to do. I want to rewind and like watch his camera there. That's frag video stuff. Okay, so he starts off, he's positioned normally, enemies are spamming in. This is kind of what Putty sees here. People shouting for brains. He gets up a little bit forward and he spots enemies thinking about pushing. He's like, okay, there's a soldier over here, they might be pushing this side. Sees this soldier and immediately takes him down out of the air. The other guy he can't really get to at the moment, but then jumps in, finds the med, and my god, that med was just not prepared for the amount of damage it was coming out right there. He must have been hit by a Sicky bomb as well at that point. So Putty Pride, the destructive master. Now, they've still got to deal with that heavy, of course, but they do. You know, spoiler alert. And Putty then walks into this scout, and Bruce finally gets taken down by Sezco, but Putty has done the damage. Now he will be staying on last, the med trying to make sure he gets his overheal here, or at least keeps himself at 300. So the enemies pushing in will have no choice but to deal with a full health heavy. Smooth, meanwhile, is actually taking the Uber from Che, so that's a good Uber force from the opposing soldier. This soldier, will he get away? For some reason, Smooth is missing the rockets right now, so those rockets not as smooth as he wanted to. He kind of walked up to his opposing soldier, and instead of saying that smooth thing that he wanted to say, he sort of like coughed, and his voice cracked a little bit. That was not smooth. It was not smooth at all, and as a result, the soldier got away. He's probably kicking himself for it right now. It's okay, though. Enemies are going to be pushing in once again, and once again, Brackets actually have an Uber advantage because they did force Che pushing out. Okay, anyway, don't worry about it. Sezco on the sniper now. And there is actually a soldier who is thinking about getting himself caught out underneath, but he will get away from that. Where is Sezco? Is he going to get the shots? Oh, he's changing to Pyro, so we're going to see the Disposable Heroes Pyro now using the degreaser. Smooth gets taken down. I think that is going to be the cue to push from Case. But there is now an Uber, so we're going to see a pretty normal Uber exchange. And Sezco not able to get any reflects yet. In fact, he does take down little Auburn, though. I keep saying Lil, of course, it's just Auburn. But he takes down Auburn, and that's going to force the enemies out. Now, what Brackets did there, I think they just suicided both soldiers in to try and force their opponent's Uber without forcing their own. And that would have given them the Uber advantage. And there you go. They were ready for the enemies to try and push onto their med, so they've taken one down. Will the Disposable Heroes push out onto second? No, they will not. They realized that that suicide play was not quite enough for them to really solidly kill all four players. Now Bruce is thinking about pushing in and maybe making a suicide play of his own, or at least a sneaky little play onto the back of the point. But he knows he got spotted. He's in trouble. He takes some of the Uber, but this Uber has not forced Uber out of Che yet. Now Sezco gets taken down real fast. That's going to be the problem with Pyro, of course. Scout walks up to your face and you die. But at this point, you know, there's no real advantage for Brackets, except that Che popped just slightly later, but I don't think they're really going to be able to take advantage of that. So things just kind of reset, and Pharaoh is going to be setting up the defense once again. And he's got a nice little cape set up here. I like that, although I don't know how well the cape really goes with the mask. Maybe it's like a superhero thing. Yeah, maybe. I mean, goes with the team. Anyway, there is a nice headshot there from Sezco right now. We should probably watch that camera. Sezco. 1-800-255-Sezco. I mean, sure, call the number. I don't care. Tell me who picks up, if anybody. Says go. Oh, he spots the heavy and flubs the shot. And then Bruce takes down Putty. So that is actually Sniper on the red team taking down the blue team heavy. Uber is actually popped on the Sniper, and that is not going to be a good time. Although Sezco maybe getting in behind, dealing a lot of damage to that soldier. But the Uber is actually coming in underneath the point right now, and that is a perfect Uber for the heavy. He didn't take any damage once he got in there, and there was nobody there to focus him. So there you go. Brackets up 2-1 in this game. Hang on, let me find... okay, we're going to watch a Demo Man rollout. I wonder if these guys... I don't actually know what the Banny rollout is for this map. But Banny did pioneer Gullywash rollouts. I don't think Pharaoh's actually using the Banny rollout. It could be that left-hand side thing, but whatever. Pharaoh is going to be dealing some damage to his opposing Demo Man. Found him, but now he's in some trouble. He ate, I think, a full-on 100 damage sticky right underneath his feet. Still dealing so much damage, though. Pharaoh taking down Auburn, no problem. And Case is down as well. So if Bank and Bruce can't kill the med, then yeah, I think that's going to be probably a round going to Disposable Heroes. Although they did have this position last time around, and there was some really sick defense from Brackets. We see Bank going heavy, and once again, we're going to have 7 on the Pyro. Can 7 Pyro it up and save his team on last point? Well, we'll find out. We will find out. He's hiding once again over in this corner. Is he visible? You know, if somebody were to peek around right here, no, they'd still have to get pretty far out just to jump up and see him. So he's actually in a really nice little hiding spot. He's just barely, his weapon is visible through that window, and now he sees, I think they see him as well. But he does manage to very effectively air blast out Uber, not taking a lot of damage either. He's at 4 health though. Got to be careful. There you go. He finally goes down, but the Uber has been completely shut down, and Novice cleaning things up, getting a nice kill on Hypnotoad with the pipe bombs. He is now, of course, going for some damage on his opponents, trying to be aggressive with this. Pharaoh gets taken out. Che is trying to retreat. He's got 150 health still, so he is getting away, but he's trying to hit some needles on Auburn in retreat. And I'm having allergy problems today. Didn't actually... I ran out of pills, so I probably need to go to the store here in a minute. I'll do it eventually. You know, after I get all my other stuff taken care of, like shoutcasting. But Auburn is... feeling pretty good about his teammates right now. 7 has been able to shut down 2 Ubers with that Pyro, and I love it. I love it. So the question now is, can the Brackets actually turn this into a 3-1 and bring it to a halftime, or will the Disposable Heroes gather up, collect what it takes? I mean, they're playing a good game right now. They are playing, of course, as conservative as you have to when your enemies have the Uber advantage. The Uber has been popped and is just now over. Che actually in a really good position here. He's, oh, just barely gets that in time to pop it. Doesn't quite manage to get it on top of the enemy med yet, though. He wants his soldier to get out there on that med, but he's going to have to retreat here and try to find the rest of his team. Does not want to die himself. 7 and Auburn are both taken down, but now Disposable Heroes losing a couple players, and there's a back cap from 2 scouts going on. One of them is going to go try to pressure the demo while the other one finishes off the cap. No, they're both trying to add pressure, and their demo man comes in to help, so this is actually really bad for Che. I think he got an Ubersaw hit there, but it doesn't matter. Bruce finishes him off. And now the Disposable Heroes are feeling good. I'm sorry, bad. The Brackets are feeling good. It was one of those teams. I just picked the wrong one. Disposable Heroes not feeling good at all. They have a huge Uber disadvantage right now of about 40%. So their enemies can push in and feasibly make things happen. But Sezco going on the Pyro once again. He's going to try to redeem himself here. I don't think he's had the opportunity for a really solid Pyro play yet. In fact, he might try and change out once again to Sniper. This might be a better class for him, as he did not quite have the same positioning that 7 did. Then again, once the other team saw there was a Pyro there, they really should have rotated and gone a different direction. Maybe they thought they only, you know, this is, I'm talking about when Disposable Heroes are pushing their enemies last. They tried to walk straight into a Pyro, and it's just not going to work. Now the Uber is already out, so Sezco is going to have to change back to his normal class. Brackets are pushing 2 scouts onto the point right now, and nobody's paying any attention, so that's going to be halftime. So do recall, it is in fact, well, you don't have to recall very hard. I do, because it was kind of a long halftime. But it is 3-1. Brackets leading their opponents, and the colors have switched. So Brackets are now on the blue. Novice taking some damage once again from Pharaoh, who likes that low ground rollout. What a weird choice, though. The entire blue team coming in, trying to get in behind the enemy team, and they have done exactly that, doing a lot of damage. Che is already down. This scout is going to try and come in, but no! Novice keeping the med so well protected right now. and these scouts are nowhere to be found against the meds. So that was a ridiculous mid-fight there, taking their opponents completely by surprise. The brackets won that handily. It's just Sezco with 2 health left. He's going to go grab the health kit. Not sure what's next. He can grab the kit from up here and maybe try to make a little bit of a play for second, but his opponents are anticipating that, laying down sticky bombs, and this is pretty ridiculous right now. The Disposable Heroes could very quickly be down 4 points to 1, and there goes the Uber, already forced. Now this time around, it looks like the pyro play of Putty is actually doing pretty well, keeping most of that Uber out. And now Sezco is trying to finish off his opponents. Just barely dodged that pipe. Don't even know how he did it, but he did. And so good pyro play from Putty keeps the Uber out while the rest of the Disposable Heroes manage to turn things around, get a bunch of kills, and Sezco is going to try and push back out here. I think they may have actually recovered from that mid-fight, thrashing. And if they can just get the capture, then they will. Now, they've still got an Uber disadvantage, but it's not going to be as bad because they hold their second point, and Che can start building right now. Pharaoh, actually, they're holding indoors still, which is interesting. I guess they do kind of expect, their opponents to get it right back on that point using their muscle, their Uber advantage. And now all of a sudden they're in a really bad position once again. They've got a disadvantage here. Pharaoh's going to lay a sticky trap. Putty's going to go right back over to Pyro. And the Pyro play is getting so popular here on Gullywash in this game, at the very least, if not in general. We see Putty thinking about trying to stop this. And once again, people just pushing into a Pyro. Don't do that. Rotate. Go to a different direction. Go upstairs, for God's sake. It'll be much better for you, I promise. Looks like they will. Yeah, they rotate through the lower, and now Putty's in a little bit of trouble here. He's not going to be able to air blast his opponents away too much. Trying to do some damage, but that's not going to happen. But he still stays alive here as he's not being focused very hard. And, he's in a little bit of trouble. 26 health left, but the rest of the Brackets team, well, can they stop this? Yes, they can. They've got their meds still alive. It is just Case left to go here. So that was some very good kills from the Disposable Heroes. We actually saw, I think that was Sezco, traveling underneath there. He was just watching for Case to try something cute, like a bat cap. We have seen meds do that before, but Case decided to play a straight-up game and try to keep himself alive, building the Uber. Although he's not building on anybody right now. Bruce killing a Disposable Hero. Sezco actually getting taken down by the sniper, so very good sniper play from the Brackets, and Bruce is still alive on that sniper, but of course he's been called out now, so I don't think the heroes are going to take another kill. Maybe though, very close to killing Pharaoh. That was, if that had charged just a second or half second longer, he'd be dead. He'd be a dead demo. And now Bruce is going to be rotating. He can rotate pretty quickly to whichever side he wants, but the scouts are going to be able to put a lot of pressure on him. They might get this kill. Bracket's got to be really careful about this. There you go. Bruce, look at the heals from his med. Good communication, at the very least. The med is aware that he needs to keep his sniper alive. Bruce missing the shots, and this is the problem, that the sniper was a good surprise play. He caught him by surprise, got like 1 kill, did a little damage to the demo, but now his opponents know the sniper's there. They really shouldn't expose their heads to this guy anymore until they've got the Uber ready to go, or something. Now they are holding, I think they're holding on the high ground. Yes, that's exactly where you want to hold when the enemy's got a sniper like that, because he can't like make his, he's not the JFK assassin, he can't make his magical bullets curve. Disposable Heroes losing 2 players here, and the enemy's Uber is in behind. Once again, they are taking advantage of this map very effectively. Case is going to go for maybe an Uber stock. Oh, come on, Case. Be a man. Be a man, Case. Do it. Oh, no, he's going to retreat. Okay, well, he's going to be a little sissy man, and not a big man with his Uber saw. That's all right, though. It's probably the smarter choice. Oh, Smooth, what are you doing? Smooth killing himself there, so that was not quite a hard blue moment, but Case getting taken down anyway. And Che is at 35%. My stream chat is saying that for Highlander, they take it quote-unquote way too seriously, and that is so not true. You can never take Highlander too seriously, and I say that a little facetiously, but even like the Steel teams that I have played with, I take it seriously. I'm always like, I want to win this game, so let's try and win it. As long as you're not like raging at each other on comms, then you should be having a good time, and you can still take it pretty seriously. I like it. Bruce he's upstairs right now. He's watching his opponents, and actually he's really well covered here, unless the enemy gets in behind him, which they might do. Hang on, let's see here. If somebody does go sneak in downstairs, which would be tough because it's being guarded. So no, Bruce is in a good position right now. The Uber is popped. Case does not have his yet. 7 is taken down, and the Disposable Heroes are pushing upstairs to try and give some cover for their capture point people. That's what we'll call them. They did have to pop the Uber, so the brackets are going to be sitting back on their last with a nice little Uber of their own. That means the Disposable Heroes will have to play a slow game here. They're going to need to force their opponent's Uber or wait for their own to build up, preferably for them, both, before they push into that last point. Auburn taking a hit here, and what are the brackets doing? They're actually pushing out. They know they have an Uber advantage, but I don't know if I agree with this play. Auburn is taking a lot of hits, and he does manage to get the Uber popped on him. And so far, so good. They're pressuring their opponents back to mid, but they're not getting anybody following this up with a capture. And now their Med is in a bad position. Scout's trying to capture him. And yeah, look at this. They are surrounded right now. Med taken down very quickly. Auburn is in huge trouble. That Uber was like the worst Uber I may have ever seen in quite a while. Quite a few games. So that does mean the Disposable Heroes can just walk right into last, and there's not a lot that anybody can do about it. Bank is already very low health. He's in the spawn right now, which means he has to walk back out. No, that's going to be it. Disposable Heroes take that round. Disposable Her. What? Oh, Heroes. There you go. It just got cut off in the... Whatever. Disposable Her. That's kind of funny, too, right? It's like, yeah, she dumped me? Well, she's disposable. Whatever. Pharaoh taking a nice little rollout there. That might actually be the quote-unquote Banny rollout. Oh, what a hit on that Scout, too. Bank down to 24 health already, and he gets taken down real fast. Putty Pride finishing him off after all that damage. Pharaoh didn't even get an assist. Come on. But, oh, that's going to be some wrecking shots there on that left-hand side. So, brackets just got rolled. They just got clean wiped by the Disposable Heroes. That's going to be a round. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. What commercial am I thinking of right now? I might be thinking of, like, the Star Furniture Houston commercial. We've got this... If you don't live in Houston, we've got this guy who does some really cheesy commercials for his furniture store. But apparently he's, like, really super successful. So whatever, you know, he makes, like, millions of dollars. Good for him. But I think he should totally hire me to do his commercials. What do you think? I think so. And in comes the Uber already. The Heavy is focused very quickly. And the Pyro 7 finally down. Not able to do anything. That might be the first time that they have really managed to shut down the Pyro play. 7 was not effective during that Uber. He did, of course, keep the medic out, but that was it. The rest of his team did die very quickly there. So, these things happen. It is suddenly tied when I thought Disposable Heroes were going to go down 4-1 real fast. So, no, it is tied, sir. Novice is getting out here once again, taking the high ground. And he does realize his opposing Demo Man didn't take that low ground rollout, so he's not able to deal any damage to that. Brackets are in a little bit of trouble here. They lose Bank, but they've got both soldiers making an aggressive jump now. They're going for the Med, I think, or maybe just a soldier, but not able to do any damage yet. Scout getting in behind, but Auburn does get one kill. But no, I'm sorry, Bruce, the Scout, is dead. Auburn now dead as well. Putty trying to chase down this Demo, and he will get finished off with the pistol. And I got to tell you, if that were running at me, I would be scared too. It's like a you know, a preppy little horseless, headless horseman Halloween guy. I like the preppy, actually. It's pretty good. It's gonna haunt my nightmares for about 3 days. Disposable Heroes now pushing into their opponent's last once again with a huge Uber advantage, and once again 7 is on the Pyro. Can he stop this from happening, or will suddenly Disposable Heroes be up in this game? We will find out in just a second. 7 is hiding over on his good old left-hand side as the defenders see it. And he sees where the enemies are going, going to be able to cut that soldier off. Takes a bit of damage here, but this is going to be tough for him. Now, he does manage to air blast around things a little bit, but I don't think that was actually enough to justify him dying there. There's already a soldier on the point, forcing people to pay attention, but Disposable Heroes have lost a couple players, and yet their Scout gets on in beneath. That's that. Disposable Heroes taking 3 quick rounds here to bring themselves up 4-3 in this game. Let me find a Demo Man. Demo Man, Demo Man. Rolling the wheel of demos. Pharaoh once again taking that rollout. 47 health left this time. It's a little bit better than last time that I watched Demo take that roll. I think it was Pharaoh. Going for the pills and doesn't... I don't think he quite managed to hit that one. Actually, 7 got right on top of him there, so that was some good play. But 7 does get taken down, and Hypnotoad now going in after the Med. Did some damage. Not quite enough damage to kill that Med. And here's the thing. Brackets got away with their medic. Disposable Heroes capped the point, but they are going to lose it. Because Novice, I'm sorry, not Novice, Case, who is healing Novice at the moment, has an Uber advantage. So they can push this right back in. Che just now spawned. If they push this quickly enough, their opponents won't even be able to play ping pong. But you see what's happening here. Disposable Heroes actually hiding a couple players, especially Putty Pride is being hidden in the elbow, as we call it, this little elbow room, because of how it kind of has an elbow. And he comes right in behind, tries to force the Uber on Case, but actually misses it. Now he's going to go for the back cap, which might be an interesting choice, but the enemies are stacking the point right now, and that should... Oh, it didn't quite work out for them. Disposable Heroes pushing a bunch of players onto the point, but no, Brackets should be... No, not quite able to get it. They do stop the back cap, and they still haven't popped their Uber yet. Oh, Case... Oh! Forced. There you go. Did have the Uber forced on him. Now, there will be a soldier staying back here, or maybe not. I was thinking he'd stay back, but now he's trying to catch up with Bank to finish off this scout, and the scout is finished off. So there you go. They're going to finish the cap right now. Bank with 2 health left, but he knows he can get that cap before somebody shoots him, and he will do just that. A very good play there. I tell you, if I were a scout with 2 health, I would have probably, just without thinking, gone for a health pack first. And he was just like, nope, I'm going to go for the cap. And he managed to do it. So that was some very good thinking. 7 now jumping in on top, going for the kill on the med. Not able to hit him yet, but he's still thinking about it. Oh, and he does hit Che with a nice rocket there. So now all of a sudden, the Brackets are looking good. They can tie this game up once again. We can see 4-4. And 7, yeah, still dealing damage, trying to cut off the enemy's retreat path. Case still alive, having the Uber advantage, but it might not even matter if the enemies don't respawn fast enough. There will be 2 of them spawning just now, but already the Brackets, they are in to the point. They're dealing a bunch of damage. This scout has taken a lot of hits, and it's too late. There's nobody able to get to the point in time. Disposable Heroes lose that one. It's 4-4, ladies and gents, and I'm sure there are at least 2 ladies who are going to watch this game. 2. I guarantee there are 2. Maybe. Probably. I don't know. I mean, my YouTube demographics show about 5% female, although I'm sure there is a margin of error there because not everybody reports things accurately to Google. Especially not the UK. Okay, there's this really weird thing. I'm sorry, there's a lot of stuff going on. So, Smooth gets taken out. Brackets are so far winning the mid-fight, but no, actually they lose 2 players. Now they've lost Novice. Disposable Heroes doing a really good job of pushing forward. And it is just Case left. He's going to try and retreat with the overdose out, and he's got a nice little 5% speed boost because of this overdose. And I'm sure I don't have to explain how that works too much. So there's a weird thing going on with, I was going to say, oh, Disposable Heroes might win this really fast. Case is just now getting his players respawning with YouTube, where apparently like half of my users in the UK are for some reason reported to YouTube as being like geriatric women. Maybe I'm like really popular at all the nursing homes in the UK. I don't know, but I doubt it. I think it's probably just a weird statistical glitch. Something about UK reporting or privacy laws or who knows what. It's pretty hilarious though. But we do have Disposable Heroes pushing in with their Uber right now. They are going to have to pop against an Uber in Case, and so Case does keep his heavy alive and healthy on that point. Actually does help take down, who is that? Smooth downstairs. Now, Disposable Heroes are still in though. They're still attacking, and Bruce does get taken down, eating a bunch of stickies. Oh, I'm sorry. Sezco taken down. But yeah, Bruce eating a bunch of stickies. I thought I heard a heavy dying, but that was Sezco. So yes, now the heavy's dead. Now the heroes back up, laying a bunch of sticky traps here. Pharaoh laying one that, yeah, I guess that works. If somebody decides to just hop off like right here, it could work. It's kind of a low probability trap, but if you catch someone with it, then don't they feel silly. And the Brackets are sitting back on their last point. I think I just had another one of those notifications pop up, but I don't see it, so it's all good. And we do have, it seems like it's about time for another push as the heroes are coming in once again. They want to put this game away, and 7 is not on the Pyro. He is on the Soldier. So will that be the downfall of his team? He's actually going to think about going for maybe an early Uber Force or something like that. He's watching a sticky trap right now, so if he sees somebody walk down here, he will call that detonation. The demo man will do it, but it seems like that's not what's going to happen. Instead, just above him, the Uber is already on the point. 7's up trying to stop this. He does get 1 kill already, and the Uber is popped on him now so he can try and chase down this demo. The demo is dead. Pharaoh already gone. So 7 is starting to clean players up here. Finally, the ghostly little apparitions there are going to tell us that 7 has passed away. But he did his job. Oh no, back cap. Is it going to be a back cap for the win? Probably not. Yeah, maybe. Oh my god, Sezco. No, okay, not quite. But he did force the entire Brackets team back. That was a close one. And Brackets are probably just happy to be still in this game right now because of that. A little bit demoralizing, though. Thinking, okay, we can push back out, we can do this again. And this time around, they're going to be sitting back on their last for another attack from the Disposable Heroes. They're just getting slugged at. And finally, if they make one too many mistakes here, they will lose. So we're going to find out. Somebody's telling me that 7 is apparently a girl gamer. I'm not sure if I believe you 100%, but I'll go with that for now. I get trolled sometimes, but it's all good. And if that is true, of course, 7 on the Pyro. She is a fearsome gamer indeed. We do have a bunch of damage going down on the point right now, but it's not quite enough as the Disposable Heroes are losing a bunch of players once again. They do get a couple of kills here, and the Heavy down, but no, Bruce, last man alive for his team. Something about the two of us, I didn't hear it, but I'm sure it was like the romantic lines to a song. And Bruce is going to be capping this point. Somebody telling me in my stream chat now that they heard Seabear was actually a woman as well. And I got to tell you, just because he likes men doesn't make him a woman. I mean, he doesn't like men. He's not gay. Whatever. I don't know what he would tell you. I don't know if he's not going to watch this. It doesn't matter. Nobody who knows Seabear will watch this, I promise you. Somebody will try to bring it up in stream, and he'll just be like, yeah, whatever. Sal didn't say that. Sal wouldn't say that about me. I'll be like, yes, I did. He'll never know. He'll never know. Anyway, Disposable Heroes are going to be posted up on their midpoint right now, with Brackets having successfully defended like 3 attacks in a row. And they will be quite well set up here. Feeling good, as the scout keeps telling us, to defend their middle point for quite a while. They've got an Uber. They've got a Heavy on the mid. So, I mean, this could even go into overtime. I don't know how much time is left, but it's probably quite a while. But Putty is sitting here as the Heavy, and that means that basically what Disposable Heroes are waiting for is they are waiting for their opponents to push into them. Because pushing with a Heavy doesn't work too well. So, they want their... Well, you know what? They might push with a Heavy. No, they're just holding forward. Okay, that makes more sense. They might push with a Heavy. Taking their opponents a little bit by surprise there around that corner, but they didn't really deal enough damage to make it worth it. And Smooth does get taken down, so now, yes, Disposable Heroes, they need to defend. They can do it. With the Heavy, I mean, he'll be able to knock people out of the air, especially if he can hit them with every minigun bullet. Doing a lot of damage, does force the early Uber, and that means just a tiny bit of a better Uber time here for the Heroes. But they've lost Hypnotoad now as well. Neither one of their soldiers is alive. They lose practically all their mobility there and versatility, but a bunch of damage still coming out of Putty Pride, and he's kind of blocked off the medic there from the elbow. Case does get away for now, but he's still alive. That med healing him so much, and now Smooth is going to start chasing down Case. Does manage to hit a rocket. Beautiful rocket there from Smooth to finish off the medic, and the Disposable Heroes are going to be pushing straight onto their enemies last, I guarantee, as soon as his point's capped, or maybe even a little bit before. They want to finish this game off, and now little Bruce is dead. So Lil Bruce, Big Bruce, whatever you want to call him, he's down for the count here. There is a Pyro once again. It is 7. She is ready to air blast some nerds and to keep them away from her med. We'll see if that actually happens or not. No, deciding to switch now over to Engineer or Pyro or Engineer. I don't know. But we do have the enemy pushing in right now with the Uber, and no kills coming down yet, but there you go, 2 right away for the Disposable Heroes. They managed to take down that Pyro, who was just not in the right spot, forcing a lot of attention on this point, and there you have it. The Disposable Heroes win the game in a final push, and we're just going to have to stare at this Heavy for a second here with his amazing, amazing combo. I love it. Do, of course, subscribe to youtube.com/fatmop before you close this video out. I know you're all closing it, like right now. You're clicking that little close button because you're like, okay, the game's over. Well, what if I told you that something special is coming up right here at the very end, huh? It's not. But what if I told you that? What would you do? Anyway, thanks for watching. And, of course, hit subscribe and check out the podcasts. And let me know what you want to see improved. Let me know if you like the post-produced stuff. This was not post-produced. Let me know if you like to see, like, other stuff. I'm rambling. I just don't want to leave you yet. But that's okay. Talk to you later.